With the recent events involving AI and AI companies, it seems like AI companies have been landing themselves in a lot of hot water recently. Whether it's Wall Street turning its back on AI or software developers reporting that their workloads have been increased by 77% with using AI models, it seems like the future is looking bleak for AI companies. So in this video, I'm going to be discussing some points and discussing some opinions about AI. And just a small disclaimer for the video, these are opinions, not facts. I have to say these things these days for legal reasons. But anyway, let's jump in. So the first thing is the operational cost of AI models, and we know that AI models require a lot of expensive hardware, a lot of computational power, and a lot of maintenance costs to maintain the operations of AI models to make sure that it is operating at its highest capacity for customers. Now, the billions of dollars that have been poured into AI models and its operations is not justifying the profits that it's generating back for the investors, which is how a usual company survives in the economy. They raise a lot of money, they develop the product and they sell it, and the profits that it generates, it's given back to the investors. So, which is why AI companies have been facing a lot of backlash from investors with them not being able to generate the profits from AI products. So, this is something that is affecting AI companies' progresses in the latest economy. The second thing is about the prospect of AI and its customer side of it. So for customers, they usually pay for a product that is specialized in one thing and it's good at doing one thing. And the prospect of AI being like it can do anything that the user can ask it is why customers are confused with buying AI products. So I want to explain this with a smartphone metaphor. Let's say that you use a smartphone and you vape on the daily. So you hear about a company that is creating a smartphone that has a vaping machine built into it. Now on paper, it would seem like the company is targeting two big markets, people who vape and people who use smartphones. That looks good on paper, but in actuality what happens is the company ends up targeting the people who are looking for both a smartphone and a vaping machine built into one at the same time and are willing to pay for it. And what happens in these scenarios is that the companies are not able to generate profits for the product that they created. And this is what the problem with AI is. Their prospect of AI models' capabilities of doing anything that the user can throw at it is what puts the customers in a confusing state. And it goes back to the market segment of people wanting to have a solution that can do a specific thing over something that can do everything that the user can ask it. Let's say that you are a businessman and you are in a requirement of a product that can summarize documents for you. So you go into the market and you find out about this AI model that can do anything for you. You would rather buy a specialized product that only specializes in summarizing documents for you rather than buying an AI model that can do everything you ask of it. And which is why the prospect of AI is failing in this latest economy, because customers don't want to buy a one size fits all solution. They want specialized solutions that they are willing to pay for, so it's less clutter for them. And the competition is another aspect of it, where let's say that you are in the market and you are looking at OpenAI's model that can summarize documents for you. And at the same time, you also look at Claude or Bard AI's capability to do the same thing. Now, how will you distinguish between the two of them? And let's say that you are in a requirement of paraphrasing sentences for a document. So there are like 5 companies for it. So this creates a lot of confusion for customers, and the market ends up dividing itself between customers who went with one company and with customers who went to another company for the same solution. This is normal business competition, but the prospect of AI is to be blamed here, which claims to do anything that the user can ask it to. The third thing is the flops that we have been seeing regarding AI products. So whether it's Rabbit M1 being a flop or human AI flopping, or some software related AI models not being able to generate code that is usable for software developers without an external supervision, this all creates a negative impact about AI in the economy, where a new company wanting to do something with AI will be met with a lot of skepticism and with a lot of doubts, which is a result of these products failing in the current economy. Okay. The hallucinations attribute of AI models are the biggest factor in it, where somebody asking for mental support gets told that they should just jump off the Golden Gate Bridge, or some AI model suggesting that people should eat rocks every day. So these are some things that gets taken very seriously in the consumer's mind. where they question the capabilities of AI. And on the software development side, the code that the AI chatbots generate have been proved to be needing external supervision to make sure that the code is good enough to be used. Now, an aspect that has to be kept in mind about software engineering is that making sure that the code works as intended is a lot more expensive and time taking than writing the code in the first place. The code that we write, it requires a lot of testing environments, and it requires a lot of time and effort to make sure that the code that we have delivered is working as intended. And AI models are good at writing code, but they are not good at making sure that the code works as intended. Because if we talk about just specific modules, even if we talk about a simple example, let's say a CRUD form, that simple CRUD form can function very differently in the same product on two different stages. This is what needs discussion over the external investigation that needs to take place when we take the code from AI chatbots and decide to use it in our projects. Now, I created a video before where I talked about how you should be careful with using AI models for coding. The video should be right there, so make sure to check that out later. And the last thing that I would like to discuss about AI is how AI models have infiltrated the interview process. So how it used to work was, the applicant would apply to the company for a job position. The company would email them a task or an assignment that they have to complete within a time frame. The applicant would complete the assignment and submit it back to the organization, and it would be checked if it is good enough. And based on the assignment that the applicant submitted, the interview would go further. Now, what I heard from my Discord community lately is that the students are now getting rejected in the assignment phase itself, because the management of the company is passing their assignments into an AI code checker, whether it's checked that the code was written with the help of AI or not. And if the AI miscalculates or misflags the assignment being like this code was written with the help of AI, then the applicant gets put with an allegation that they used AI to write that code. And in my opinion, this is an allegation that you cannot walk out of. You cannot convince the management at all that you did not use AI to write the code, because most of the code that the AI is trained on is mediocre level or beginner level code. And the type of code that beginners write, it matches those patterns. And it's very likely that the AI would say, yes, this code was written with the help of AI. Now, this is really depressing scenario for the software developers who are trying to enter the industry. This is something that we need to discuss, because the applicants have a lot to lose on this part. Getting flagged with using AI to write code is an allegation that they cannot walk out of, and it basically ruins their chances of ever landing a job in the company. So we can only find out what will happen in the future as time passes. And yeah, there is a lot of problems with AI, obviously, but we will have to see how that works out. So this is it for the video. So I would like to take a moment to thank all of my patrons and channel members who have decided to support the channel. As a result of that, I have been able to hire a video editor finally. So you should see the production quality of my videos go up. So I can only thank you for that. And if you decide to support the channel even further, please do, because I have made this commitment that I will not accept any sort of sponsorship or brand deals on this channel. I want you guys to hear what I have got to say, not any sort of controlled speech from any company or whatever. So thank you for listening, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.